Hello everyone, how are you all? Hope all of you are doing good. Yes, सब बढ़िया. So once again, welcome to the class. And yes, today also we are going to discuss a topic from matter in our surrounding, है ना. आज की क्लास में भी हम आगे का पार्ट पढ़ेंगे. We have already done the basic introduction that what is a matter and all in our previous class. So in today's class, we are going to discuss another topic from this chapter, that is characteristics of matter. ओके सो आज हम क्या पढ़ने वाले हैं? हम पढ़ने वाले हैं आज व्हाट आर द डिफरेंट कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स ऑफ मैटर. So what are the different characteristics of matter? Before moving for that, what we have done in the previous class, we will just look out for that. हम एक बार देख लेंगे क्या था, क्या पढ़ा था हमने. We have seen that what is matter? That means anything which occupies space and which is having a mass, isn't it? That means it is a matter that we have discussed, and also we have seen with an experiment that the matter, it is made up of particles. Yeah, and the particles are also tiny particles, isn't it? हमने ये दोनों चीज देखी थी कि कोई भी चीज जो स्पेस ऑक्यूपाई करता है और जिसके पास मास होता है वो क्या है? वो है मैटर. दैट मीन्स मोस्टली सारी चीजें हम जो देख रहे हैं हमारे आसपास है, सभी चीज मैटर है. छोटी सी छोटी चीज भी इफ इट इज टेकिंग अ स्पेस एंड इट इज हैविंग अ मास, दैट मीन्स इट इज अ मैटर, है ना. Then we have also seen through the experiment, we have seen dissolving salt or sugar in a water, or dissolving potassium permanganate in a water, isn't it? What we have seen that the matter, it is made up of tiny particles because वो dissolve हो जाता है ना. Particles of both the matter, yeah, it will mix with each other. So we have decided, or we have come to the conclusion that yes, matter are made up of tiny particles. आज हम उसके बारे में और थोड़ा डिटेल में पढ़ेंगे कि मैटर की कैरेक्टरिस्टिक्स क्या है ना. So what is it? This the two things that we have already discussed. ये दो चीज हमने पिछली क्लास में पढ़ ली है. So we will just read it out that matter is anything that occupies space and it has mass. And the second thing that we have done is your matter is made up of very tiny particles, isn't it? So if I want to go with the characteristics of matter, I will say first of all that we have already discussed कि matter or the particles of matters are very small. This we have taken in the previous class. पिछली क्लास में पढ़ा था किस तरह से small है, कितने small है, कैसे पता चलेगा कि they are very small. Yes, you must have seen an experiment in your school. It must be, I think you will get to see this one, students, that if you will dissolve or if you will take what, क्या लोगे? In a beaker, if suppose 100 ml of water is taken, water, it is a colorless, है ना, colorless रहेगा. और थोड़ा सा, yes, some amount of what, potassium permanganate is also taken. Yeah, now this potassium permanganate is added to this beaker of water. Yeah, the potassium permanganate is added to the beaker of water. तो क्या हो जाएगा जब पोटेशियम परमैग्नेट वाटर में ऐड करेंगे? तो आप देखोगे वाटर का सोल्यूशन, ये बीकर में जो वाटर है उसका सोल्यूशन चेंज हो गया और वो हो रहा है पर्पल कलर का, है ना. इट इज बिकमिंग पर्पल इन कलर. देन व्हाट इज डन स्टूडेंट्स? फ्रॉम दिस बीकर, yeah, from this beaker or from this solution only 10 ml of this solution is taken. इसमें से 10 ml solution लिया गया और दूसरा बीकर जिसमें 90 ml water है, फिर से only water, in that this 10 ml of this solution is added. So what can you see? कलर तो पर्पल है लेकिन थोड़ा सा लाइट हो गया है. Yes, it has become light, लाइट पर्पल हो गया है. सिमिलरली इसमें से और 10 ml सोल्यूशन लिया एक टेस्ट ट्यूब में और दूसरे बीकर में जिसमें 90 ml ऑफ वाटर फिर पहले से है उसमें उसको ऐड कर दिया. फिर भी कलर दिख रहा है, थोड़ा सा भले लाइट हो गया. सेम थिंग वाज रिपीटेड. सो व्हाट यू विल सी दैट द कलर it will be there, but yes, it will become lighter and lighter and lighter and lighter. लाइट होते जाएगा क्यों हो रहा है? Why it is happening? Because when we are diluting, the color is becoming lighter. But the thing that it is, the purple color is seen light purple, more lighter it is then. So this shows that what? इससे हमको क्या पता चलता है? Each potassium per magnet crystal, if I am adding one crystal or two crystal of potassium per magnet, so each crystal of potassium per magnet, it must be made up of so many particles. है ना? यदि मैंने एक क्रिस्टल डाला और एक क्रिस्टल डिसॉल्व होके इस इतना डार्क कलर बन रहा है, तो इसमें से कुछ अमाउंट हमने ले लिया और वो फिर से वाटर में डाला, तो इसमें से सिर्फ 10 ml जो हमने वाटर लिया है, द सोल्यूशन लिया है, इन दैट ऑल्सो देर आर सो मेनी crystal or so many particles of the potassium permanganate that it is making the water color to be changed, isn't it? Same thing is happening. That means the crystal of potassium permanganate, it is made up of millions of particles. Yes, so they are very small particles. So we can say that from here that the particles of matter are very small, and these particles keep on spreading. जैसे dissolve होते हैं, they keep on spreading and giving the color to the water there. Isn't it? So this experiment proves that the particles of matter are very small or they are very tiny. I hope this is clear. Yes, any doubt? Clear? Yeah, look, it is what only given वही दिया है यहाँ पे that each potassium permanganate crystals must be made up of what we have seen, millions of small particles which keep on spreading and imparting color to the water on dilution. Same thing we can see if we see, chalo, one more thing I would like to tell you. Come on, we can try this thing. I will, yeah. If I am taking this water, a glass of water, okay, this is a glass in which water is there, and I have also marked it. You can see I have marked this from here. Yeah, this is the black color marking. It you must have seen. आपको दिख रहा होगा black color से mark कर दिया. तो इतना ही पानी ये ग्लास में है. Yes, ये पानी में इतना ही ग्लास, sorry, ये ग्लास में इतना ही पानी है. Now to this glass of water, if I am adding, students, suppose instead of potassium permanganate, I don't have potassium permanganate crystals at my place. मेरे घर पे उसके crystals नहीं है. हम लोग आपको कलर लेने के लिए, suppose I am taking this is a coffee powder. Okay, this is a coffee powder. As you can see, a small amount of coffee powder. I'll take little bit more so that you can see. Now you can see this. This is a coffee powder. I am adding this coffee powder to this. Yeah, what can you see? Yeah, you can see the दिख रहा है. Now this powder, it is start to dissolve. देखो, I am not doing anything. I am not doing anything. Yes, can you see? The color of the water has been changed automatically. I have not stirred. मैंने अभी तक हिलाया भी नहीं है. But धीरे धीरे, एकदम से नहीं हुआ. धीरे धीरे it started and it is changing. Now if I will stir it also. उसको मैंने stir कर दिया. Now you can see it has become brown color. Another water has converted, the colorless water has converted to the brown color. And can you see one thing, students, where I have done my marking? I have marked here. This is my marking. And this marking has not changed. पानी का लेवल इतना ही है, बढ़ा नहीं है. मैंने यहाँ पे थोड़ा सा कॉफी पाउडर डाला, तो अमाउंट तो बढ़ जाना चाहिए था. The water level must have rised, but it has not rised. It is as it is. You can see here. The water is not here. The water is here only, where I have marked. Yeah. So all of this coffee has been dissolved in a water, but the volume does not increase. Why this is happening? Why this has happened students? Because the reason क्यों हुआ होगा? क्योंकि the particles, yes, the particles, they are having space in between them. Yes, they are having space in between them. So this will be the one of the characteristics of the what? Matter. Yes, this is what we can say, that is again a one of the characteristics of this matter. So I hope this first part is very much clear. ये वाला part clear हो गया कि जैसे ही मैंने कॉफी पाउडर वाटर में डाला, yes, the powder starts to dissolve. It has not dissolved very fast. धीरे धीरे होना शुरू किया and it has been dissolved. If I can say this much, come on, I will do one more thing. I get an idea. I have one more class, students. So we will do one more thing. Chalo, if it is there. Yes. Now this is another glass. This is another glass. This is a plain glass of water. To this water, to this glass of water, if I will add or if I'll pour some of the coffee solution from here. I'm not able, whether you can see, yes, I'm adding this. Yes, I have taken in a spoon and I am adding this in this glass. I'm taking one more spoon, students, and I'm adding this again. 2 spoons I have added. This is a third one. And this is a fourth one. Yes, हम लोग 5 spoon add करेंगे, ठीक है? Yes, this is 5, done. I'll keep this glass aside. Now you can see, इसका color change हुआ है क्या? Is the color of the water has changed? Yes. It has also changed, but it is very light brown, isn't it? So I have taken some amount of the solution. मैंने पहले वाले glass से थोड़ा सा solution ये वाले glass में डाला जिसमें सिर्फ पानी था. Yes, but still I can say that the color has been changed. So that means the crystals or the particles are very small, that they are spreading and spreading as I am dissolving in more and more water. I hope this is clear. So this is, or this experiment, it will prove that yes, particles are very small, or the particles of matter are very small, isn't it? Now, the characteristics that I told you, that the particles of matter, they have space between them. How we can see? I have just told you that they have space in between them. How it was seen? That when this solution was added, once again I am telling, when I have added this, the amount of water, yes, it has not been changed. Or the level of water level जो था वो change नहीं हुआ. It was this much only before adding the coffee powder. After adding the coffee powder, this is the level is this much only. So this proves that, क्या prove हो रहा है इससे कि जो एक्चुअली बढ़ना चाहिए था ना, क्यों नहीं बढ़ रहा है? क्योंकि आपका जो पार्टिकल्स है, आपका जो वाटर है, वाटर के पार्टिकल्स है, और कॉफी है, कॉफी के भी जो पार्टिकल्स है वो एक दूसरे के साथ डिसॉल्व हो जा रहे हैं, एक दूसरे में मिक्स हो जा रहे हैं. Yes, so I can say that the particles of a matter, they have space between them. Is this much clear, students? Yeah, so I can write here, or we can make so many experiment in this case. Like मैंने वो वाला फिर से नहीं दिया. We can take an or we can dissolve, suppose dissolving sugar. Yes, you can dissolve sugar, or you can take salt, or you can take coffee as I have taken, isn't it? You can take, students, Dettol. Yeah, Dettol or anything, potassium permanganate or anything you can take, and if you will dissolve this in water, क्या हो जाएगा? That means I am dissolving one matter in another matter. So this, it will be dissolved. This dissolves and the volume does not increase, or it remains same. वॉल्यूम जो रहेगा वाटर का वो कांस्टेंट रहेगा, वो बढ़ेगा नहीं। दिस प्रूव्स दैट, इससे हमको पता चलेगा कि क्या द पार्टिकल्स ऑफ द शुगर goes in this. Suppose now if I am taking now, this is a beaker. Yes, this is a beaker जिसमें water है. The water is there. Yes. Now water is colorless, so I am not showing you. But if I am adding, chalo I am adding sugar. Sugar is white color crystals. So I am adding the sugar crystals. तो फर्स्ट ऑफ ऑल द शुगर क्रिस्टल ये यहाँ पर जमा हो जाएगा, ये यहाँ पर आके जमा हो जाएगा, है ना। देन आफ्टर सम टाइम जब हम उसको स्टर करेंगे, जब हम उसको हिलाएंगे, तो इसका जो लेवल है, ये लेवल इतना था, सपोज दिस इज टेक इट 50 ml, ओके। तो हियर ऑल्सो इट विल बी रिमेन एज अ 50 ml ओनली, ये 50 ml ही रहेगा, और ये शुगर पूरी तरह से डिसॉल्व हो जाएगा अब ये वाटर में। The sugar has been dissolved in the water completely, but the volume is same. Volume same है, क्यों? क्योंकि वाटर के जो पार्टिकल्स है, अब नाउ सपोज मैं आपको वाटर के पार्टिकल्स हम ब्लू कलर से शो करते हैं फॉर एग्जाम्पल। यस, आपको एक्सप्लेन करने के लिए, यदि मैं ब्लू कलर से वाटर के पार्टिकल्स को शो करती हूँ, this is the particles of water for example only, okay। तो ये जो वाटर पार्टिकल्स है उसके बीच में जगह है, उसके बीच में स्पेस है, और वो स्पेस के बीच में, वो स्पेसेस में कौन आ गया, वो स्पेसेस में आपके शुगर के पार्टिकल्स आकर मिक्स हो गए, दे हैव टेकन दैट पोजीशन। सो व्हाट हैपेंस, सो द लेवल हैजंट इंक्रीज्ड, है ना। फॉर एग्जाम्पल हम लेते एक क्लास लेते, क्लासरूम लिया सपोज, एक क्लासरूम की स्ट्रेंथ है 50 स्टूडेंट्स, ओके। आपके क्लास में बेंचेस वगैरह, क्लासरूम में आप 50 हमेशा, सपोज एक सेक्शन में 50 स्टूडेंट्स है, ठीक है। यदि आप 50 से ज्यादा स्टूडेंट्स ऐड हो जाएंगे, तो ऐसा बोला गया है कि वो रूम में से बाहर निकल जाएंगे। Yes, they will come out of the room if the number increases. Now, if I add some students, suppose I am adding 5 more students, but they are now inside the room only. Room में से बाहर नहीं निकले. So what does this mean? What does this mean? That वो कहीं तो भी जाकर फिट हो गए हैं। वो रूम में जो 50 बच्चे, उसमें कहीं तो भी बीच बीच में जाके फिट हो गए, उनके फ्रेंड्स हो गए, उन्होंने बोला होगा ओके आई विल शेयर, यू शेयर विथ मी, with my in my bench or like that. Yes, they have fit there, they have gone and they have mixed with them. Yeah, that's why they are there. Instead of 50 now they are 55, but they are in the same room. I hope this is clear. So why this happened? Because there was space in between them. वो बच्चे जो बैठे थे, 50 बच्चे जो बैठे थे, उनके बीच में कुछ कुछ जगह थी जहां पर ये 5 बच्चे एडजस्ट हो सकते थे। Yes, that's why they have gone and they have fixed, or they have mixed with them, I can say, isn't it? So this proves that, and that's why we can say that the particles of matter, they have space between them. I hope this is clear. यहाँ तक समझ में आया? So this dissolves and the volume does not increase. I will write it down. और हम लिख सकते हैं what happens, why it does not increase there. Yes, because the particles or in particle of water, particles of other matter, whatever जो भी matter है, sugar है, salt है, yes, it mixes or it in between the spaces. Yes, it mixes it in between the spaces of water particles. यहाँ तक समझ में आया? Yeah, so this water particles are loosely packed. ये loosely packed हो गए, उनके बीच में जगह होगी, they have a space in between them, and that's why the other matter, it has the particle of other matter, they have entered and they have mixed in between them. Yeah. So this proves that the particle of matter have a space between them. So this is the characteristic of a matter, students. After that, if I move to see the another characteristics of matter, that the particles of matter are continuously moving. In the last class also I have explained you, मैंने ये आपको तभी भी explain किया था, by the help of diffusion and Brownian motion, if you remember, है ना. We have discussed this with the help of diffusion and Brownian motion. What was there? If I am saying the Brownian motion, जैसे कोई zigzag motion में जब the particles just moving randomly there, isn't it? So I have given you an example of pollen there, and a pollen drop, pollen grains on water, as well as we have seen when a beam of light or beam of sunlight enters in a room. जब sunlight की एक रोशनी अंदर आती है room के अंदर, so what we see, the dust particles are moving. Yes, in that the light, we can see that the dust particles are randomly moving. Why we see that they are moving? क्यों घूम रहे हैं यहाँ से वहाँ? क्योंकि जो air के particles है, the particles which are present in a air, they are moving continuously. और वो particles के बीच में dust particles आ गए. तो जो air particles move कर रहे हैं, वो ये dust particle को push कर रहे हैं. Yes, they are hitting the particles, and that's why this dust particles are pehle yahan hai, then it is moving there, then it is moving there. In that way, it is moving because the air particles, which are also in a motion, they are hitting the dust particle. So this proves that the particles of matter are continuously moving. Yes, I hope this is clear. ये एक चीज थी, उसके साथ हम और इसको और अच्छे से और प्रूव कर सकते हैं. किस तरह से प्रूव कर सकते हैं? देखो, देयर इज अगेन एन एक्सपेरिमेंट. दिस वी आर नॉट गोइंग टू परफॉर्म, हम ये परफॉर्म नहीं करेंगे, बट दिस इज अ वेरी गुड फिगर फ्रॉम वेयर आई कैन एक्सप्लेन यू. Now this is a glass of water. Once again, a glass of water, students, isn't it? Now to this glass of water, suppose ink is added. Yes, one drop of ink is added. You, आप सभी को पता है पेन की इंक होती है, वो हमने ऐड कर दी है पानी में. तो व्हाट यू विल सी, सबसे पहले तो वो अंदर जाएगी इंक. यस, और नीचे में जाके जमा हो जाएगा. यस, इट विल गो एंड इट विल बी देयर एट द बेस ऑफ द glass of water. After some time you will see that now this ink starts to mix. Yes, this ink starts to mix with the water particles, and after some time you will see completely the color of the water has become blue. We have just seen the same thing in the when मैंने जब कॉफी पाउडर ऐड किया, तभी भी आपने वही देखा था कि जब मैंने कॉफी पाउडर ऐड किया तो पहले वो पाउडर थोड़ा ऊपर ऊपर था. यस, देन इट स्टार्ट्स टू गो डाउन और नीचे जाके जमा हो गया, है ना. एंड आफ्टर सम सेकेंड्स, फ्रैक्शन ऑफ सेकेंड्स, वो पार्टिकल्स ऊपर ऊपर आने लगे and they started to mix, isn't it? So why this is happening? Because the matter of, also the particle of matter, they are continuously moving. यदि ये वाटर के जो पार्टिकल्स है ये मूव कर रहे हैं, यस, ये सपोज ये ऐसे मूव कर रहे हैं, दे आर मूविंग लाइक दिस, they are moving like this in all directions, they are moving. Am I right? Now this ink has been, a drop of ink has been added there. So the ink particle, first they were moving, yes, they go down and they stay there, yes, for some time, and then now they start to move toward upwards direction. ये ऊपर की तरफ आने लगे. Yes, ये ऊपर की तरफ आने लगे, और ये जो ऊपर का पानी है, this particles of water which are here, they start to come down. Yes, so it is coming down, and this ink particles, they are coming up. In that way, this ink particles, now they are moving up, the water particles, they are moving down, and in that way, because of their movement, students, they have mixed with each other. And we also know that they have what? उनके बीच में स्पेस है, दैट ऑलरेडी वी हैव डिस्कस दैट दे हैव स्पेस इन बिटवीन देम. तो वो स्पेसेस में वो मूव कर करके दे आर मिक्सिंग टुगेदर. Yes, they are mixing together. If they are not moving, यदि वो मूव नहीं करते तो क्या होता, यदि पार्टिकल्स मूव नहीं करते तो जब हम इंक डालते, so it is possible that this ink must have only be there in the base. It will not be mixed. It is mixing because the particles are moving, and also there is a space between the particles, isn't it? So this is the characteristics that the particles of matter are continuously moving. Okay, so this ink drop gradually dissolves into a glass of water as the particles of ink and water are moving, students. Got it, students, all of you? Now there is a question. यदि मैं question पूछूं आपको that what happens when a drop of honey is added to a water instead of ink? If I add a drop of honey, शहद, what will happen? Anyone have done this? या आप घर में भी कर सकते हो ना. वाटर लो के बीकर में और उसमें यदि आप एक स्पून हनी का लो और यू कैन ऐड दैट ड्रॉप ऑफ हनी ऑन दैट वाटर. सो व्हाट हैपेंस? या yes, students, if honey is added in water, it will also dissolve, but it will not dissolve as soon as it is added. एकदम से जैसे ही हनी को डाला जाएगा वाटर में, directly dissolve नहीं होगा. Yes, but it will take some time. Yes, so honey, I will write it down. If you want, we can write here that I think white color is proper. Yes. Honey diffuses, students. Yes, honey diffuses in water. वो diffuse होगा पानी में, but at a slower rate. Yes, it will diffuse at a slower rate. Why it will diffuse at a slower rate? क्यों slower rate में diffuse करेगा? As come, yes, because what happens, students? Why? If you will compare, chalo, if you will take a ink plus water, yes, if you will add ink, drop of ink in a water, and if you add a drop of honey in water, if you will compare this two, यदि ये दोनों चीज को कंपेयर करेंगे ना, so the water or the ink in a water, it dissolves or it diffuse, I can say, faster. Yes, and this will diffuse slower than ink in water. Yes, ये वाले प्रोसेस से ये वाला प्रोसेस स्लोली होगा. डिफ्यूजन तो होगा, इट विल डिफ्यूज, but it will diffuse at a slower rate. Why? So it diffuses in water at a slower rate as compared to ink in water, students. Yes, because anyone? क्यों? Because honey is what? Honey has more density. It is more dense. वो ज्यादा denser है. Yes, it is having more density. Yes, than water. इसीलिए वो थोड़े समय के लिए ऊपर ही रहेगा और बाद में it will starts to come down. Yes, so it floats for some time. Yes, and later spreads at slower rate. Yes, उसके बाद में धीरे धीरे नीचे आएगा और spread करने लगेगा. So the rate it will be little bit slower as compared to the diffusion of ink in the water. I hope this is clear. So this question, इस तरह के question भी आ सकते हैं. So this we have done one question, है ना, हमने एक question कर लिया ना. So students, this is the characteristics that the particles of matter are continuously moving. Now, one more thing I would like to tell you. What you can see in the figure. क्या दिख रहा है figure में? अगरबत्ती है. There is an incense stick, isn't it? Now this incense stick is lit there, it is burned. Yeah. So when we lit an incense stick or when we burn it, what happens? Its fragrance spreads from one corner of our house to another, है ना? हम जब भगवान के मंदिर में, हमारे घर में जो मंदिर होता है, वहां जब मम्मी पापा पूजा करते हैं और अगरबत्ती लगाते हैं, तो वो अगरबत्ती की स्मेल, हम यदि हमारे स्टडी रूम में पढ़ाई कर रहे हैं, देन ऑल्सो यू कैन गेट टू नो दैट यस, नाउ द इंसेंस स्टिक हैज बीन lit. मम्मी ने अगरबत्ती जलाई है, पापा ने अगरबत्ती जलाई है. Why? Because its fragrance comes to your nose. How it is coming? How it is coming? Because the particles, isn't it? The burning of the incense stick produces gas. इसको burn करेंगे तो ये gas release हो रही है. Yes, this is a gas, you can see. Yeah, and the particles, yes, of this incense stick which is in a form of a gas, वो mix हो जाएंगे किसमें? एयर पार्टिकल्स में. जो हवा हमारी चारों तरफ है, yes, the air is there all around. In that, particles of this gas of the incense stick, they will mix हो जाएंगे. And with the air, these particles are also moving. हवा के साथ साथ वो पार्टिकल्स भी मूव कर रहे हैं और मूव करते करते हमारे स्टडी रूम में आए और हम वी कैन स्मेल इट, isn't it? So I can say that what by, because I can, should I write it down? Yes, chalo, we will write it down. The fragrance of incense stick on burning, yes, it produces gas. वो क्या कर रहा है? It will produce gas. Yes, and whose particles, इसके particles क्या होंगे? They will move rapidly in all direction. Yes, कैसे मूव हो रहे हैं? अपने आप तो नहीं हो गए. They will move in all direction by mixing with the moving particles of air. हवा के जो पार्टिकल्स है जो कंटिन्यूसली मूव कर रहे, उसमें ये गैस के पार्टिकल्स में मिक्स हो जाएंगे और उसके साथ साथ वो भी चारों तरफ स्प्रेड हो जाएंगे, चारों तरफ मूव हो जाएंगे. यस, सपोज इफ दिस इज नॉट हैपन, यदि ये जो गैस के पार्टिकल्स है ये मूव नहीं हो रहे, तो क्या होता था? That was not possible. यदि ये चीज नहीं होती थी, यदि particles of this gas which was produced by the incense stick, they are not moving, so you cannot smell that incense stick or the fragrance in the next room or in the another corner of the room, isn't it? Because they are not moving. बस वो जहां पर जलाई गई बस वहीं पे आपको स्मेल आती थी और शायद आती ही नहीं थी, बिकॉज यहाँ से यहाँ आने के लिए भी also they have to move. If the particles are not moving, so that this was not possible. So this also proves that yes, the particles of matter are continuously moving. Yes, I can write that. Thus, particles of matter are continuously moving. Yes, this is again a characteristics of a matter. Now moving for another characteristics. And what is that another characteristics? Can anyone give me the answer for that? Okay, before that I would like मैं एक और example आपको दूंगी. What we have done? We have done with the fragrance stick. We have seen previously we have seen the ink in water. We have seen honey in water. One more example, you can take it out. Copper sulfate. Yes, कॉपर सल्फेट क्रिस्टल्स ऑल्सो स्टूडेंट्स, यदि कॉपर सल्फेट के क्रिस्टल्स आर एडेड to water. Yes, in a beaker क्या हो जाएगा? What will happen? If this is done, then what will happen? Can anyone think about it now? Copper sulfate is blue in color. Yes, this is the copper sulfate crystals. They are blue in color. The water, it is colorless. So if it is added in a beaker of water, what will happen? Yes, the water in a beaker, it will turns, वो क्या हो जाएगा? Blue color का हो जाएगा. It will turns blue. Now why this has happened again? क्यों हुआ ये? Why this has happened again? Because the particles of both water and the copper sulfate, they both have space in between them and the particles are moving, isn't it? So as particles of water and copper sulfate have space between them, this space we called as interparticle space है ना, इसको हम क्या बोलते हैं? Interparticle space बोलते हैं ना. Yes, and they are also moving. Yes, that's why what happens, this copper sulfate crystal जो रहेगा, सेम थिंग जैसे मैंने अभी बताया, यदि ये बीकर है, वाटर का बीकर है, और यदि ब्लू कलर का कॉपर सल्फेट क्रिस्टल्स हमने उसमें ऐड कर दिया, if this blue color crystals of copper sulfate CuSO4, yes, copper sulfate, so if that is added, this crystal, they starts to mix into the water. Yes, ये वाटर में मिक्स होना शुरू करेंगे और ये पानी का कलर क्या हो जाएगा? द वाटर कलर चेंजेस टू ब्लू. यस, ये ब्लू कलर का हो जाएगा क्योंकि ये क्रिस्टल ऐसे नीचे की तरफ जाएंगे. दे विल मूव डाउनवर्ड्स, देन दे विल मूव इन द साइड, some it will go upwards, है ना, इस तरह से मूव करेंगे in all the direction and they will mix with the particles of water which are also moving. So this also shows, this experiment also shows that yes, the particles of matter is moving. And one more important thing, ये phenomena या इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? इससे proof तो हो रहा है कि the particles are moving, but this is called as a diffusion. इसको हम क्या बोलेंगे? This is called as a diffusion. In the first slide, I have given you that the diffusion and the Brownian motion both are helping to prove this. ये दोनों फिनोमिना से हम ये प्रूव कर सकते हैं कि पार्टिकल्स मूव कर रहे हैं. ब्राउनियन मोशन का एग्जाम्पल मैंने दे दिया और ये सारे एग्जाम्पल्स जो हमने देखे जो अपने आप मिक्स हो रहे हैं एक दूसरे के साथ. So this is called as a diffusion. Why diffusion? Because here the mixing of particles mix कैसे हो रहा है? Mixing of particle is by own, अपने आप मिक्स हो रहा है. और ऐसा फिनोमिना जहां पर इंटरमिक्सिंग ऑफ द पार्टिकल्स होता है by their own, we call it as a diffusion. Now in this case, one more point I would like to add here. Just note this thing, you can write it down also. Yadi, if the water is little bit heated, it is warm water. Yes, यदि वाटर को थोड़ा सा हमने वार्म कर दिया तो what will be the result? क्या डिफ्यूजन होगा या नहीं होगा? डेफिनेटली डिफ्यूजन होगा. The result would be same, but the time required it would be less. क्योंकि डिफ्यूजन फास्ट हो जाएगा क्योंकि वाटर थोड़ा सा वार्म हो गया है, टेम्परेचर उसका राइज हो गया है. So I can say that on heating, yes, on heating or on increasing a temperature, the particles, they gain energy. उनमें क्या एनर्जी आ जाएंगी और कौन सी एनर्जी आती है? काइनेटिक एनर्जी. yes, they gain the kinetic energy. yes, जब हम थोड़ा सा गर्म कर देंगे, yes, हम बोलते हैं ना कि हमको भी जब चटका लगता है, yes, so हम We do like this. So that is an energy fast. We will not, yeah, that is a, again, I can give you a very good example. If you are going in a very hot sun hai, yes, in a summer, hot summer day there, and you have not wore your uh, slippers or shoes or anything. Yes, you are barefooted and you go in the road, what you will see whenever you will go outside without the shoes or you are barefooted in a hot summer, yes, and as soon as you will keep your foot there on the road, what will you do? Because of the heat, you will run away again with a double speed at your home back. बहुत fast आ जाओगे, क्यों? Because of the heat. Yes, now that is not a diffusion. वो diffusion नहीं है, just this is to explain that if we increase the heat or if we increase the temperature, what happens? The kinetic energy increases. There is a gain in the kinetic energy of the particles also, and that's why particles gains the kinetic energy and moves faster. And if they will move faster, thus they mix faster or they will mix quickly. Yes. So if there is a question, the question आता है कि हीट करने से क्या होगा? तो हीट करने से डिफ्यूजन होगा, सेम रिजल्ट आएगा, but it will be more faster as compared to the normal temperature water is taken. I hope this is clear. Yeah, so this was about the again a characteristics of a particle. Now one more characteristics that we will discuss. The particles of matter attract each other. Particles of matter क्या करते हैं? They are attract each other. What can you see here? यहाँ पर आप देख रहे हो, there are the chalk pieces, है ना? The chalk that is used in our school, yes, in the blackboard. What is this? This is an ice crystals. And the third thing that you can see here, it is your, okay, nails, khile hai. Yes. So what are this? These are the chalk. This is your ice. Yeah, ice crystal I can write. And these are the nails. Now, ma'am, what are you going to tell us from this? I am going to prove that the particles of matter attract each other. Now, पार्टिकल्स जो रहेंगे मैटर के, उनमें कुछ फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन रहता है. ये हम कैसे प्रूव करेंगे? ये फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन के कारण ही ये पार्टिकल्स एक दूसरे के साथ में बाउंड रहते हैं. यस. अब आप बोलोगे कि मैम यदि फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन के कारण यदि वो एक दूसरे के साथ चिपके रहेंगे, सो देन यू आर सेइंग दैट देयर इज अ स्पेस आल्सो. So this force of attraction between the particles, it depends on the type of matter. अलग अलग रहेगा, solid, liquid, gaseous state में, it will depend. But yes, there is a force of attraction between the particles of a matter which attract, due to that the particles attract each other. And which is this force? Yes, which is this force? ये force को हम बोलते हैं cohesion. हम इसको cohesion भी बोलते हैं. Cohesion यानी क्या है? It is a force of attraction between the particles of same substances. Yes, cohesion is the force of attraction. It is a force of attraction between the particle, okay, of same substances. Yes, so suppose I am taking the example of chalk. तो चौक के जो पार्टिकल्स हैं उनमें अट्रैक्शन है एक दूसरे में, दे आर अट्रैक्टिंग ईच अदर. यस, बाय दिस फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन, दैट इज अ कोहेशन. और ये फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन के कारण ही चौक के पार्टिकल्स एक दूसरे के साथ एकदम से बाइंड है, चिपके हुए हैं, एंड इट इज मेकिंग इट एज अ सॉलिड. दिस वी विल डिस्कस इन द नेक्स्ट क्लास कि different types of matter हम कैसे we can on the physical property, how we can say that this is a solid, this is a liquid, and this is a gas. Yes, so when the particles attract each other and they are very closely packed together, we will say that it is a solid there, isn't it? When a force of attraction is very strong. Similarly, in the ice crystals also, the crystals of ice जो है वो एक दूसरे को अट्रैक्ट कर रहे हैं, इसीलिए तो एक दूसरे के साथ में एकदम क्लोजली बाइंड है। और वैसे ही आप नेल को देखो, तो यदि आप ये तीनों को, इफ यू वांट टू ब्रेक इट, all the three, is it possible? If I take a chalk, if I take a piece of a nail, सिर्फ एक खिल्ला भी लिया, and if I take a ice crystal and I beat each of them, इन तीनों को हथौड़ों से यदि मैं मारूंगी, so क्या ये टूट जाएंगे? What will happen? Yes, students, the chalk, the ice crystals, yes, it will break the nail. Nail can also break, or at least the nail can be bent, but it will require a very large force to do this. It will not bend easily. Yes, ice cube को थोड़ा सा ताकत लगानी पड़ेगी तोड़ने के लिए, but chalk you can break it by hand also. Yes, the chalk will require least force to break. Am I right? इसको ब्रेक करने के लिए सबसे कम फोर्स लगेगा, और नेल्स को ब्रेक करने के लिए वो तो शायद ब्रेक नहीं भी होगा, या फिर एटलीस्ट बेंड हो जाएगा. इट विल रिक्वायर अ मैक्सिमम फोर्स और अ लार्ज फोर्स टू ब्रेक. व्हाई दिस डिफरेंस इज देयर? ऐसा क्यों हो रहा है? यस, आई कैन से बिकॉज द फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन. Yes, because the force of attraction between what? All these three is different. तीनों में जो force of attraction है, तीनों के particles के बीच में जो force of attraction है, वो अलग अलग प्रकार से है. It is having a very strong force of attraction. That's why it is very difficult to break. The chalk is having a less force of attraction as compared to the ice crystals or the nails. That's why it was easier to break. Got it? So particles of matter, they attract each other, and the force of attraction between the particles is different for each of the matter. I hope this is clear. यहाँ तक समझ में आया? Isn't it? The next thing I would like to show you, students, what can you see here? Now the previously that I shown you, I told you that it was a what? Solid tau. And chalk was a solid. Your ice cubes, crystals, they are also solid. Then the iron nail was also solid, isn't it? Now if you have, and even now if you have done this thing, hawa mein, now in the air I am moving my hand. So this is very easy for me. इसमें मुझे कोई एफर्ट नहीं लग रहा है. Yes, I can move my hand very easily through the air. But if I'll try to move the hand in a bucket full of water, am I able to move that? मैं move कर सकती हूँ? Yes, I can move. But if I'll compare the movement of hand in the air and movement of hand in a bucket full of water, तो कहाँ पर सबसे ज्यादा इजी हो रहा था? हवा में. पानी में हम हाथ मिला सकते हैं पानी के अंदर, but it would be little bit, it will require little bit force. But if I feel or if I think to move my hand with some solid, कोई solid चीज ले ली, suppose मैंने कोई टेबल ले लिया, and from the table if I want to move my hand within टेबल के बीच में से, is it possible for me? No, I cannot do that. I cannot do that. But yes, for these two things, moving the hand through water and moving the hand through air, this both things are possible, but this is more easy. Yes, and this requires little force. Am I right? Isn't it? So what I was saying, just a minute. Why it is easy and why it is little bit difficult, and why through the solid it is not possible? Again, due to the That the particles, they are having what? The particles of the matter, they are attracting each other and they are having a force of attraction. The gaseous, in the gaseous, the particles, they are attracting, but they are having a less force of attraction. So उनके बीच में स्पेस है, पार्टिकल्स के बीच में, तो मैं मेरा हाथ इजीली उसमें मूव कर सकती हूँ. Liquid, it is also having the particles, they are also attracting each other, but they have little bit more force of attraction as compared to gas. So they will have somewhat little space in between them. दो पार्टिकल्स के बीच में स्पेस थोड़ी कम रहेगी एज कंपेयर टू द गैसियस पार्टिकल. तो मैं जब हाथ मूव कर रही हूँ, सो इट विल रिक्वायर लिटिल बिट फोर्स, थोड़ी सी मुझे ताकत लगानी पड़ रही है. जबकि सॉलिड में जो पार्टिकल्स है, दे आर वेरी क्लोज टू ईच अदर, they are attracting very tightly with each other, it is having a very strong force of attraction. So they, it is not, I cannot move my hand through the solid then. Yes, plank of wood यदि ले लिया, so it is possible, it is not possible. Yeah, similarly, I can say, you can also say this thing that water के bucket से आप हाथ हिला लो. Yes, या फिर if you want to cut the stream of water from the tap, पानी नल में से जो पानी फोर्स में आता है, उसमें से आप आपका फिंगर, if you want to move like this, you can move. You can move, but it is not that much easy to move, है ना. नल बंद करो और बंद नल के पास से आप उंगली हिलाओ और नल चालू करो जब पानी आ रहा है, देन थ्रू दैट फ्लो ऑफ वाटर, यू इफ यू वांट टू कट, यू मूव योर फिंगर थ्रू दैट वाटर, इट विल रिक्वायर लिटिल बिट एनर्जी, थोड़ा सा फोर्स लगेगा, क्योंकि वो वाटर का फोर्स आपको लगेगा. Yes, so why it is there? Same thing, because when the tap was closed, there was no water. What was there? It was air. So it was easy to move the finger to that air. But when the water is coming from the tap and I am trying to move my finger, it is little bit difficult. It is possible, but it is not that much easy. This is due to the different force of attraction between the particles of different types of matter. यहाँ तक समझ में आया? I think this is very, very, very clear to all of you. Yeah. So from this, what we can say? We can say that in solid particles, force of attraction is what? Is maximum. Yes. And in gaseous, force of attraction is minimum. Or force of attraction between the particles, I can say. Am I right? Yeah. Also, we can say that the force of attraction what does it do? It keeps the particles together. वो साथ में रखते हैं सभी particles को. Yes, and the strength of the force of attraction, strength of the force of attraction changes from one kind of matter to another. जो स्ट्रेंथ रहेगी, दैट मीन्स किसमें ज्यादा स्ट्रेंथ है, कौन सा फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन ज्यादा स्ट्रांग है, वो डिपेंड करेगा कौन सा काइंड ऑफ मैटर है वो. यस, मैटर टू मैटर इट विल डिपेंड. आई होप दिस इज वेरी मच क्लियर टू ऑल ऑफ यू. Yeah, so from here I can say the next characteristic of the matter was what that we have seen. Yes, that the particles of matter, yes, we have proved that thus the particles of matter attract each other. Yes, they attract each other. That's why they are in a chalk, they are together, more together. Yes, in water also they are together, but as it is a liquid, the force of attraction it is lesser. In air also they are together, but because it is a gas, the force of attraction is minimum, सबसे कम है. Yes, one more important point, you just write it down. This was easy to remember. ये याद कर लो कि this force of attraction between the particles, yes, is what? Is inversely proportional. It is inversely proportional to the interparticle space. यानी इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल यानी उल्टा, यदि फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन ज्यादा है तो इंटर पार्टिकल स्पेस यानी पार्टिकल्स के बीच की स्पेस कम होगी. यस, मोर अट्रैक्शन, more attraction, that means less space. Yes, and less attraction, that means more space. Space between the particles. Yes. तो ये चीज आप याद रखो. दिस कुड ऑल्सो बी आस्क्ड इन एमसीक्यू. एमसीक्यू में आपको ये भी पूछा जा सकता है कि रिलेशन क्या है. व्हाट इज द रिलेशन बिटवीन द फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन एंड इंटरपार्टिकुलर स्पेस. सो यू कैन से दैट इट इज इनवर्सली प्रोपोर्शनल. यदि फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन ज्यादा रहेगा, पार्टिकल्स एक दूसरे के साथ बहुत स्ट्रांगली, फोर्स बहुत ज्यादा है, तो स्पेस क्या रहेगी, स्पेस कम रहेगी क्योंकि वो ज्यादा अट्रैक्ट हो गए. यदि फोर्स ऑफ अट्रैक्शन कम है तो स्पेस कितनी रहेगी, स्पेस ज्यादा रहेगी. द इंटरपार्टिकल स्पेस इट वुड बी मोर. यस, सो दिस इज अगेन अ वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट पॉइंट स्टूडेंट्स. so you can get such more points, more questions. yes, ये सारी चीजें आपको, दिस इज द क्लास. एक्चुअली आई वांटेड टू जस्ट एक्सप्लेन यू. हम सारे कंसेप्ट यहाँ पे क्लियर कर रहे हैं, बट आपको यदि मटेरियल्स चाहिए, आपको क्वेश्चंस चाहिए, yes you can download the app. The app is the Earth Academy app, where you will get all the material. Yes, all the videos of the courses. Yes, complete chapters it is covered there. And every materials, many tests are also taken, so it would be a very uh, benefit for all of you. आपके लिए बहुत ज़्यादा beneficial रहेगा if you are downloading the app and you are taking the advantage from there also. Yes, here definitely I am there. I am trying to complete all the topics in the classes there. So till we meet with our next class, students, what we have done, we will just summarize the thing, the important characteristics of the particles of matter that we have studied. क्या पढ़ा था हमने? पढ़ा the particles of matter, they have space between them. The particles of matter, they are continuously moving, and the particles of matter attracts each other, isn't it? So these are the characteristics of a particle. With that, we have also proved that the particles of matter are very small, or there are tiny particles of matter. That also we have proved there, isn't it? So we will stop here, students. Yes, I'll stop here. So we see you in the next class. I hope हमने आज जो भी पढ़ा, it is understood to all of you. Yes, अगले क्लास में बहुत जल्द मिलेंगे. Till then, all of you, bye bye, take care, and thank you so much for attending the class. Yes, till we meet in the next class, keep learning and all the very best for the studies. And yes, I can tell you that whatever we have done till now, yes, मेरी तरफ से आपको मैं सजेशन दूंगी कि वो पार्ट आप अच्छे से पढ़ लो. You just go with all the parts that we have done, and also try to solve the questions related to that topic. है ना? जितना हमने आज पढ़ा है और इसके पहले की क्लास में पढ़ा है, उसके रिलेटेड जो क्वेश्चंस बनते हैं वो अपनी कॉपीज में निकालो. ट्राई टू सॉल्व दैट एंड रिवाइज द पार्ट दैट वी हैव डन. यस, इस तरह से हम पढ़ेंगे तो आप, जब तक हम सारे क्लासेस करेंगे तब तक आपका ये लेसन पूरी तरह से तैयार हो जाएंगे. यू विल प्रिपेयर अ कंप्लीट चैप्टर वेरी नाइसली टिल वी डू द लास्ट क्लास. of this chapter, isn't it? Come on. So till then, all of you, bye bye. And yes, there is a link for the Earth Academy app that I told you. This is the link of the app. Through this link, you can join the app and you can take the advantage there also. Yes. So students, bye bye. Take care and see you all.